don't know where the fuck I am. Damn, I don't understand fantasy land. I'm looking out my kitchen window, but I don't see the sedan. I'm blocks and damn, it's not the land I got. The gotcha rock for 20 spot. I think we out of Michigan. The wind, it must have put me farther. Seeing purple trees and yellow clouds is talking to each other. Maybe another dimension, even not to mention talking trees with information worth receiving. I got probation, I can't be.
15 years ago, Psychopathic dropped Wizard of the Hood, stretching the possibilities of what a concept album could be. Now, this book in music form is so dope to me. The first time I heard it, my homeboy put it in the aux cord. We were cruising around, having a couple doobies, and I was so fucking amazed. We didn't stop. I mean, I'm pretty sure we probably almost ran out of gas before we stopped playing that CD from beginning to end. I fell in love with that CD. Till this day, Homies to Smoke With is our smoking anthem. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, it came at a very good time in my life because I was being very careless. It was a time where I was just chilling with friends, going to hot boxes, going to smoking parties, and it was just a perfect vibe for that time in my life. So it holds a good spot in my heart. That's all I gotta say about that. I'll let you guys do what y'all do, and I will find some homies to smoke with.
Hey, what's up? Echo Side Fiend here, and today I gotta wish a happy 15th bloody birthday to Violent J's Wizard of the Hood. This is an absolute fucking classic album. It's a Juggalo classic. It's Violent J's solo debut EP album, really, whatever you want to call it. I think it counts as an EP, but it pretty much clocks in at pretty close to a somewhat short full-length album. Regardless, it's fucking fantastic. This has been in heavy rotation, constant rotation in my music catalog, I guess if you will, pretty much since it came out. I got this on release day in 2003, and I've listened to it more times than I can even remember. I've listened to it, like, when I first got it, I mean, I listened to it probably every day. Even to this day, I still listen to it a couple times a month, probably. It's that good that I can listen to it that much and never get sick of it. So obviously, the story of Wizard of the Hood is based on The Wizard of Oz, and the EP is derived from the song Wizard of the Hood that debuted, I believe, on Intelligence and Violence, and then in a little bit of a different version on Dog Beats, and then in a little bit of a different version yet on Carnival of Carnage, and then obviously expanded into a full-length story on this EP. And it's fantastic. Obviously, many other artists appear in this album. You got Monoxide as the Scarecrow, Madrox as the Tin Man, Blaze as the Cowardly Lion, although he's not very cowardly in the song, and then Shaggy himself as the one and only Wizard of the Hood. And and then ABK makes a very short appearance as a palace guard in the final track. So the production is fantastic. All the lyrics are great. Everything about this is perfect. My only complaint is that in the CD itself, I wish this is just one little like insert. I do wish that was a little bit more of a booklet, maybe with some more artwork, you know, to kind of go with the Wizard of the Hood theme, because the artwork in this is awesome. I love that picture. You know, I know it's made its appearances several places. Obviously, I got the Tom Wood version now, but I had a shirt of just that, and just all the artwork is so cool. I think a booklet, maybe 4, maybe 6 pages, whatever, just with some more artwork, I think would have been awesome. Besides that, this is a fantastic album. There is also, of course, the collector's tin. It's just that. It's the tin. It does come with some rolling papers inside. You can pick that up too if you want. But this is highly recommended. I'm pretty sure most everybody has this already, but if you don't, make sure you pick it up. And happy 15th bloody birthday to Violent J's Wizard of the Hood.
I'm singing like Michael Jackson, toasting. I said I'm singing without the little boys and the plastic nose.
What's good, y'all? Cali Green 2 Fresh here, and today we are celebrating 15 years of Violent J's Wizards of the Hood. So, the first time I heard this fresh-ass motherfucking album was at my homie's house, and he had just gotten back from the motherfucking gathering, you know, and this is the first time I really kicked it with this motherfucker, like, outside of school and shit. And this was also the first time I'd ever smoked motherfucking California fucking weed. Like, you know, I'd gotten high before, but this was the first time I'd ever just gotten fucking blown the fuck away, you know, smoking weed. So we got fucking baked. We bumped that album. It was super fucking fresh. And then afterwards, I remember we went and fucking, my homie cooked breakfast. And he cooked a shitload of fucking breakfast. His mom had just went to fucking, you know, the grocery store earlier in the day. And this is late at night, you know, but he fucking rummaged through the fridge. He pulled out the fucking bacon, the fucking sausage links, the fucking... He made fucking waffles and fucking eggs and toast and fucking holy shit. I was so fucking high. I ate so much fucking food and I bumped the shit out of Wizards of the Hood. Good fucking memories, y'all. Happy fucking 15th bloody birthday to Violent J's Wizards of the Hood. Whoop whoop.
I'm made out of metal and aluminum foil. They call me Tin Tizzy. I drink 40s of motor oil. Which one of y'all holding? You got weed and all the folks around here smoke stems and seeds, and I need a little bit of that shit you got. Keep looking forward to one of y'all are getting shot. This is my part of the brick road. I painted chrome. If you step in my zone, then your shit is getting stole.
What's up, y'all? Scotty Balls up on here. I wanted to wish Violent J's Wizard of the Hood album happy bloody birthday. This right here, I have the regular CD, but this right here is the 10, kind of showing off today. This album was released at the 2003 Gathering of the Juggalos. This album, Violent J's story about going to Oz, and Violent J, master storyteller, did an amazing job on this album. We'll go through the little tin here. You got the little insert here. Shit, I forgot what this even said. It's just the credits. But anyway, you got little ads for Bootlegged in LA, Isham's Repentance, Hell's Pit, and Supervillains. Every one of these tins came with a pack of Violent Joints rolling papers. I've seen many different colors of these. Silver's the one I got. Got the insert there. Never opened them. Well, never used them anyway. And then you got the CD. Now the tin differed from the original version in the fact that it had 2 songs on it that the original does not. The original has 2 other songs. This one has the tracks My Shine and Bloody Bitch Dead on it. Whereas the other one has the song Multiple Myselves and Axes Swinging. This album is just amazing. I mean, Violent J's first solo album. Happy fucking bloody birthday, Wizard of the Hood.
Take your ass down the yellow brick road, motherfucker. Take your ass down the yellow brick alleyway. Take your ass down the yellow brick road, motherfucker. Take your ass down the yellow brick alleyway. Take your ass down the yellow brick road, motherfucker. Take your ass down the yellow brick alleyway.
I remember when Wizard of the Hood came out. It has been said by many of us older ninjas, there was a time before YouTube. Downloading music sites such as Napster or BearShare or Winamp or WinMix or whatever LimeWire, whatever it was that you used. And I remember the hype for Wizard of the Hood. Very rarely can an artist do this. Make an album and make a story out of it. The only other person that has done it, and it wasn't really an album, it was a movie, and that was The Wiz, and that was Michael Jackson. I figured since ICP, Violent J, and Shaggy liked Michael Jackson, it wasn't out of their grasp to do something like this, to do an album. And originally, I remember hearing about it as a Violent J solo album, so I was very surprised to realize that Twisted and Blaze were also going to be on the album. So I go to whatever downloading site I go to, and the only song that could be heard, the only song that I found was A Homie to Smoke With. So I listened to the song, me and my homie are getting high, I'm like, oh shit, getting super hyped for the album. We go to school, my homie says, look, I bought the album, it's gonna come to me, it's gonna come in a tin can with some papers. When I get it, we all smoke and listen to it. So that's what we did. We smoked, we listened to it, and for years I always wanted to see a video, something. This was one of those albums, it was almost criminal that there was no videos, no nothing, until 2016. I meet the homies from Carnival Spirits, I meet CPN, me, TJ, CPN are chilling, and finally, live on stage, we got to see Wizard of the Hood. You know, the little car rolls out, the backdrop. That was such an awesome time for me, not only because it was my first gathering, but because I had been wanting to see that forever. And for those of us that were there, we remember that it was recorded. Where are those fucking recordings? Where are those cameras that have the footage of Wizard of the Hood? That was 2 years ago now. But anyways, Wizard of the Hood is a fucking classic. And we want that footage, Jay. What the fuck?
Fuck, my voice ain't won out again, but you're still in terrible danger, my friend. 10 man ran and disbanded the curtain. It was just some fool in a fuck off shirt, and it was salt in the game. We maintain the same. Hi, Shaggy, stretch nuts, be the real name of the wizard if you want, but it's all up front. I've been here 9 years, 8 days in a month, so I started this hustle. Now it's getting me paid. I gotta admit, I get laid with my own parade.
15 years ago, Psychopathic dropped one of my all-time favorite releases by the label, Wizard of the Hood. Such a classic. One of my absolute favorite releases to come out of Psychopathic during the whole Diamond Rain era. You know, it's one of my favorite concept releases in music, just the whole concept. It's like a ghetto urban version of The Wizard of Oz, the classic movie. Basically, you know, it has Violent J, then it has ABK as the gatekeeper, and then Shaggy as the wizard, basically. It was just so good, so many memories with this release, especially like with me and my homie, Joke the Smoke, aka Corey. What up, Corey, if you're watching this? We used to just bump Wizard of the Hood like a lot when we'd just be chilling. It's one of the albums we'd be bumping, especially the track Homies to Smoke With. Just brings a little tear to my eye. It makes me miss those days when I would just kick it with my friends, and that's one of the albums, well, EP. It's hard to believe it's an EP, but yeah, I used to just bump that like crazy. I still love it to this day, so yeah, happy 15th birthday to the Wizard of the Hood. You guys already know who I am. I am Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S, your friendly neighborhood JUGGALO. If you don't know, now you know. This is Carnival Spirits, hashtag You're the Gnome, hashtag YJC, hashtag Juggalos Unite. Peace, y'all.
Riding dirty up and down Fort Escort. I'm in a Ringmaster Gold Super Sport, and it's about to rain. I see the weather bad, hit the top on up like I better had. I cut back to the cut to get a cut of my cut, cause even in a hurricane, a crackhead'll show up. I'll be the gang tag Kaya, gay fag slayer, bag weigher with a sweet street sweet AK. I don't care.
15 years. Wizard of the Hood. Now, 2003 was a young, crazy time in my life. I remember purchasing the little tin for this CD. I was super excited to see ICP, well, Psychopathic as a whole, do a full concept album. Now, they've kind of done it before with the Joker's cards, but they weren't really full concept albums. Not like Wizard of the Hood. For me, Horribly Horrifying, Homies to Smoke With, like, that whole CD, you could sit there and easily listen to it 3-4 times in a row and not get bored with it. I did a little sit down just to re-listen to it before shooting this, and still to this day, 15 years later, that CD still kills it, and I got nothing but love. So, happy birthday, Wizard of the Hood, 15 years. Mr. McNose, I'm out.
Truth is, I'm bored, everybody's scared of me. I smelled y'all over here puffing the lovely. And fuck that, blunt facts, I'm just gonna ask. Do any of y'all motherfuckers know where the hoes at?
Maybe on the southwest side, I know a few, but straight up, I know them hoes ain't tryna fuck you.
How about I swipe your head off?
How about you relax? I'm only saying these hoes don't fuck half lions like that.
What up, family? Wizard of the Hood. Coming up with that birthday. Well, it's already passed, actually, so we're late. But listen, Wizard of the Hood, a lot of people just kind of passed it by, didn't give it a good listen, or everybody just listened to Homies to Smoke With. That was the song. But there is so much more to that album. When it came out in 2003, I had a lot going on in my life. Things were kind of hectic. You know, it was that winter I found out I had cancer. Shortly after that, you know, my mom passed away and everything. This was in 2004. And I hadn't really listened a lot to Wizard of the Hood. Listened to tracks here and there. So I put the album on. And I sat and I just listened to the whole thing. And obviously the first thing I noticed was that some of the samples that Jay had used for it were from the original show, The Wiz, which was like an all-black ensemble of The Wizard of Oz, with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross and everybody. But as I listened, and I listened to the songs, and I listened to what they were talking about, I started to cry. And, you know, of course, I had just lost my mother, so I was emotional anyway. But I suddenly realized, especially when we talk about, you know, thoughts fly away in a mushroom field, you know, talking about all these things revealed and the kingdoms over them hills. And it dawned on me, Jay, he took the Wizard of Hood and made it about going to heaven. And that's what he's talking about. That's that whole album is a concept based on Wizard of Oz, but his idea of how, you know, the path to heaven and everything, you know, because they had, you know, a lot of people hated the unveiling because, you know, they said the carnival was God and everything, but really, truly, a lot of people say that this album saved my life or that album really struck me as something important to me. But Wizard of the Hood got me through, within a year's time, all I could keep doing was just listening to Wizard of the Hood because there was so much positivity and so much fun in the record. But there was also that message there about following what you do and doing it right and being able to get to heaven, and that helped me with losing my mom. So Wizard of the Hood is a very important album to me. Don't just listen to Homies to Smoke With, you know, really sit and listen to the whole album and put it all together. It means a whole hell of a lot more than people seem to think. Peace. Much family love.
Thoughts fly away in a mushroom field, randomly telling what's revealed, filling my pockets cause they worth a meal, and the kingdoms over them hills. Thoughts fly away in a mushroom field, randomly telling what's revealed, filling my pockets cause they worth a meal, and the kingdoms over them hills.
Wizard of the Hood, 15 years old. It came out less than a year after the 6 dropped, and it's officially within the Diamond's reigning era. What's the big deal about it? Well, it was Violent J's debut solo release. It had been like 9 years since Shaggy had dropped his Fuck Off EP, and we got that Bloody Birthday review for the 24th anniversary of Two Dope's Fuck Off, by the way. Check that out. What else is good? The new sounds. You know, Mike P was still relatively new and earning his keep during this era. The Wraith Shangri-La was dope. Zug Island was dope. And Wizard of the Hood was dope. I mean, the source material, Wizard of Oz. The movie came out in 1939. My parents told me when they watched it on TVs growing up, they didn't even realize that 83% of the movie was in color because their TVs were still in black and white. It's almost 80 years old, and the book is 118 years old. It was published in 1900. It's got to be one of the most beloved stories of our lifetime. And when done correctly, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon syncs up with the movie like a charm. Now, in the 80s, Michael Jackson and Diana Ross made The Wiz. And obviously that was on Violent J's radar growing up. If you weren't there or haven't heard it, you should check out Violent J's motivational speech from The Gathering. He talks about Michael Jackson, of course. But he also creates a Juggalo masterpiece going all the way back to Wizard of Del Rey on Intelligence and Violence. Shout out to D Lyrical, the homie. Although I do enjoy those little moments when the fourth wall is broken, like when Jay calls Mono Paul, Scarecrow, yo, or Blaze You Dead Homie. Who you dead, who? Wondering when Colton Grundy is dropping. Another place it happens is in the Wizard's Palace. What you thinking? Was that ABK? And he's calling it a smoker's record. You know, it'd only been about a year since Jay announced he had started smoking weed on the Gathering seminar on the bonus disc of the Wraith Shangri-La. But now he's on the cover of his solo album wearing that Diamonds Reigning era style face paint, smoking a joint. You hear him on ABK's Sticky Icky Situation with Blazing Esham. A little later, he's Mr. Sesame Seeds, Velvet J. But what about that verse on Zug Island's Hiroshima, talking about his lady catching him smoking? All I'm saying is Crack Tiles and Hatchet Warrior. Bloody Birthday reviews, both available. Check them out. As far as Wizard of the Hood goes, in the end, Jay's saved by the magic blunt. And it's awesome that it's been used to win countless JCW matches at The Gathering since then. And speaking of The Gathering, I may have missed 2003, but I did attend Gathering 17 with the Wizard of the Hood live performance. Truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Now, I do remember there were a select few ninjas that were invited for an advanced listening party of Wizard of the Hood, and Scotty D had to have been one of them because he's got a written review of that experience posted up on Fago Lovers. You can find that and more links in the description below. And if you made it this far in the video, leave a comment with your favorite lyrics from this record or just share a memory from 15 years ago. I'm Beastmaster. You guys are awesome. Make sure you check out CarnivalSpirits.com and always remember to fuck the fuck off, motherfuckers. See ya.